Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Miata here, and I have another project that I'm working on for Sony Decor. So be sure to follow me on Instagram to see all the pictures of the final products, but I'll of course show you what it looks like at the end of the video. So I'm working on a dresser table. It could either be a dresser drawer or just like a side table, and I am going to be doing watercolor blocks at the top. And of course, I'm using epoxy as always. I actually am going to be using the alcohol ink that I showed you guys how to make using Sharpies and alcohol in my previous video. So definitely check that out if you haven't already seen it. But let's get into it. I'm just removing the hardware here so that I can spray paint it. I'm gonna spray paint it white, but you'll see that at the end. I've sanded the dresser down. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna try to do like a very light pink color using the white I have, the linen, and then that pink Parfait. So let's get into it. We're just gonna paint the top for now. I am back. We're gonna start with the epoxy initial adhesive layer. So let me show you how I mix it. I've got my scale, and I got my glass mixer. And then I recently found out that the scale is not the best way to mix part A and B epoxy, which I have right here, part A and B. They're saying that both parts don't weigh the same. So I believe that part B weighs more. So I'm just gonna eyeball it until I can get a measuring glass, a silicone measuring glass, which I've ordered from Amazon, and you'll see me on the next step of this using. So until then, I will be using my scale because it worked for me in the past, but I'll be keeping in mind that both parts do not weigh the same. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be taking into consideration that both parts of epoxy don't weigh the same, but I'll use my scale for now. Starting off by setting the scale to 0, I'm going to start with part A. And actually, I said it backwards earlier. Part A weighs more than part B. So I'm going to put a little bit more than part A. So you'll kind of see what I end up with. So I got about 0.78 ounces of part A, which weighs more. So part B is going to have to be more than 0.78, so more than 1.56. So I'm ending with 2.08 ounces, which means the other part was 1.3 ounces, a lot more than 0.78, but it works. So I thought that I could wipe that dirt away, but I ended up having to sand it down and repaint it. So here's what it looks like after. Alright, so I have my alcohol ink colors here, and I've let them set. It's probably been 15, well, maybe 10 minutes. So like they can get a little bit thicker. Like this needs to set for like probably like another 10 minutes. I don't want it to be that liquid, so that the shapes are able to hold better. Alright, so that's the colors here. I'll be doing like watercolor blocks, and you've probably seen that on Instagram or just like on abstract art, maybe on the explore page under abstract artwork, and it's just really random shapes and all that. that they were less liquid, I would advise you let them sit for maybe 20-25 minutes so that they're very firm if you're ever trying to do this abstract art with the epoxy resin. So here I am back again with my second set of alcohol ink colors for the layered look of my design. And I let these sit for about 25 minutes, and you could definitely do more. Just keep eyeballing it to make sure it's the consistency that you like. But I had to go back and do a lot of cleanup because the epoxy resin wasn't as solid as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a lot firmer so that the shapes can stay exactly where I put them. Here I am doing another layer of clear epoxy resin, just a top coat on top of the design. The design was kind of raised a little bit, so I want the surface to be smooth. I've done a couple more layers off camera just so that I can have that smooth finish as the top. All right, I'm gonna be using an all-purpose 38mm brush. I got this from Walmart. It has a slanted edge. I haven't used a slanted edge brush before, so we'll see if I can tell the difference. The goal is to match this color here, where you can't really see it. It looks very white, but it's not white, obviously. We gotta match it. So I'm gonna start off with the pink Parfait. These are all acrylic paints. A good amount there. Might have to go buy some more. And then this was my favorite linen. Then white. You always want to make sure your surface area is as smooth as it can be. On the side of this dresser, you see where the epoxy has dripped down, causing a little bit of a raised area. So I actually just had to go back, start over, and repaint the entire dresser after resanding it. So finally, I completed the painting. It was 3 coats and a lot of sanding and all of that, trying to fix my previous error. So I have the polyacrylic matte finish top coat, and I'm going to be stirring this very slightly with a popsicle stick, and I didn't actually film that part, but you don't want to overwork the area and don't want to overwork the finish. So you sand before you apply, and you sand in between each coat. Here I am applying 3 coats of satin white spray paint to the hardware. I'm also going to be coating in Kmart varnish, I hope I'm saying this right, in UV resistant clear gloss for protection of the paint. So I'm going to be using this contact paper that I got from Home Depot, and it's very similar to the actual drawer finish, but I just want it to have like a cleaner finish inside. So I'm applying it, I'm cutting with a box cutter, and it's pretty straightforward. You just peel off the back and apply it to the surface. I'm so excited. We're actually done. And I like it. I really think it's a cute little kid's dresser probably. And I'm just going to wipe it for debris and dust so that I can prep it for pictures in the morning. And I'm just taking the tape off and all of that. So see you in the morning.